Hello, my friends. Great to see you. I'm here in Hong Kong and I've just seen the electric car sales for the United States are in good results. EV sales in America have gone up, which is always phenomenal to see, but Mercedes Benz sales absolutely sucked. I think they were down 58%. Rivian also in the toilet. Some brands, though, like Porsche, are killing it. I mean, amazing numbers. Also, General Motors doing extremely well. Here's a quick breakdown of who are the winners and losers in electric car sales in America in the first 3 months of 2025. Hello, my friends. Great to have you on the channel. Great to have you with us. And let's dive straight into these numbers. Tesla remained the dominant leader, but it did see its market share drop by 8.6%. Now, there's some posts recently, on Facebook, in our Facebook group, saying that Tesla's in big trouble in America, and the reason is Elon Musk. Now, I do think some of that factors into it, but I don't know that we can actually conclusively say Tesla sales are in the toilet in America because it is a fact. The Model Y, the new Model Y wasn't on sale for all these 3 months. So we've got to factor in that there's a new model, and that model makes up, 65% of Tesla's sales, maybe even more than that. And that wasn't available for most of that time. Now, you could say the old model was available, but no one wanted the old model, guys. So I'm not really sure that's all that relevant. Does that mean Tesla's sales numbers here, even though they lost 8.6% market share, were, good or bad? No, I don't think it means anything. We don't really know yet. We need to really get numbers for the next 3 months to see where Tesla are at. I think that's what's going to happen. Rivian tumbled to 9th place. They lost their sales went down 37%. Ford was the top selling electric truck. It beat the Cybertruck. Americans bought more electric vehicles in the first quarter of 2025 than they did in the first quarter of 2024. And so that was good. I mean, EV sales were up 11.4% versus the first quarter of last year. It's worth pointing out, though, the entire new vehicle market in the US went up by 4% versus Q1 of 2024, which points to car sales. The American economy appears to be doing all right at this point in time. Could that change? It could. I've got no idea what's going to happen. But guys, my message to Americans at this point in time is, I know it feels chaotic. I know it feels crazy, but I think it's going to be okay. You're going to ride out the storm. I think you're going to be okay. EVs had 7.6% market share, which was an increase versus the first quarter of last year. I think 7.6% is not awesome. It's nothing compared to China's numbers, but it's pretty good. Tesla was number one. They had 43.5% of the market. They sold 128,000 cars in the United States in the first 3 months of the year. Ford came in second. They delivered 22,550 vehicles, so still a pretty small fraction of the EV deliveries that Tesla delivered. That was an 11.5% increase versus last year, giving it 7.7% market share. However, Rivian, who were in third place last year, they fell all the way down to 9th place, and their sales went down by 37%. They delivered only 8,553 vehicles. And it does look to me as though if Rivian are not acquired by another car company, they will go bankrupt within a few years' time. I think that's the most logical, it is the most objective, logical way to look at this situation. Hyundai, or Hyundai as we say in Australia, previously was in fourth. It fell to number 6. Its sales actually went up by 5% to 12,843. Kia, they fell from 5th to 8th. Their sales went down by 24%, which is interesting. So who are the winners? Well, here they were. Chevrolet, they surged up into number 3 with 19,186 deliveries, and their sales went up as a result by 114%. BMW had a really good first 3 months. Their sales went up by 26%. They jumped up to 4th place. They delivered 13,860 electric cars. And Porsche had a phenomenal month thanks to the electric Macan. Porsche sales grew by a staggering 249.5%, and they sure as hell need it right now, especially considering the fact that Porsche does not make vehicles in the United States. So it's going to be really hard for Porsche this year with the 25% tariffs. Same problem with Audi. Audi doesn't make cars in America either, at all. But probably one of the worst car companies that was hit was Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz numbers went down by a staggering 58%. People are just saying to themselves, Mercedes EVs aren't very good. And they're saying that in every country around the world, which is pretty bad news for Mercedes-Benz. Look at these sales numbers. Tesla was down by 8.6%. I think that's actually, let's remove the emotion for a minute. Down 8.6%, considering everything that's happened. Phenomenal result. Ford up 11.5%. Chevrolet up 114%. BMW up 26%. Hyundai up 5%. Volkswagen up 55%. Coming from a pretty low base, though, they delivered 9,564 electric cars. Honda, we don't know what percentage they're up because they didn't have any sales before then. 9,561. When I say didn't have any sales before then, the Honda Prologue EV, which is really a General Motors vehicle, that wasn't on sale in the first quarter of last year. So we didn't have any numbers base to go off. Kia was down 24% with 8,656 deliveries. Rivian down a staggering 37%. Cadillac up 37%. I mean, Cadillac nearly delivered more EVs than Rivian, which is shocking to me. I really like Rivian, by the way, guys. I think they make some really nice vehicles. Nissan up 22% with 6,471 deliveries. Audi up 3.3% with 5,905. You can expect Audi to tank from here on, though, considering they'll have to increase their prices massively with a 25% tariff. Toyota up 196%, but coming from a base of nearly nothing. They delivered 5,600 EVs. Acura was next. As you can see, go down this list. Here's the winners and losers. And you got Porsche outsold Mercedes. Porsche 4,368, up 250%. Subaru did well, but let's get to Mercedes first. As you can see, Mercedes 3,472 when they're at 8,336 in the first quarter of last year, down 58%. Subaru up 173%, but coming from a very low base. Subaru delivered 3,000 EVs. Volvo next up 173% with 2,718 deliveries. Overall, guys, great. I think it's been a really good first 3 months of the year for electric cars. I think EV sales are actually going to increase this year. The EV incentive, $7,500 US, that is still in place in America. I think if you're going to get an electric car, and you should, if you don't have one already, you absolutely should. It's just the best to drive. They're honestly the absolute best to drive. If you're still driving an old gas car, then don't. I mean, just buy a secondhand EV or something. Get something because they're so much better. And I see EV sales growing this year. I think more and more people are starting to realize how good they are in America. And the EV incentives are great, but ultimately, EVs are selling more on the fact that they're really, really good vehicles. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Bye-bye.